She's having a snooze. Or is probably mad that I'm on the device right now. But I figured I'd give people a couple minutes and then we'll start doing a tour of her new board setup. And I have a bonus thing I'm gonna share with you all as well, related to her boards at our new house. No, nothing wrong. All good. She's just being snoozy. Yeah. Get some scratches. Yeah. Okay. So, her board. So I did a post the other day sharing that I had made some changes to her board in the new house. And the main big change that I did was Parker's board used to be these kind of separate islands by color. So all the yellows were an island, the purples were an island, the teal, and so on and so on and so on. And the reason that I had originally done that was that Parker didn't really like walking in to press buttons, right? So if these were right next to each other and then these were right next to each other, these tiles, she would have to kind of navigate tiles that already were kind of covered in buttons to get to those. And she ended up not liking to do that. And she would only press the buttons on the tiles that were on the edges. So by making them into islands, I made every tile into an edge tile. So that was the idea with the islands. But in some of the newer places, I noticed that they were kind of moving around a bit. See, this one's loose. They were moving around a bit. The tiles were, and then also that, in some of these spaces were a little bit smaller. I mean, in our place in Ann Arbor, basically it was in kind of like the walkway, the length of like the entire, living space. And so I had room to kind of give a good amount, like a tiles width space between the various islands. And in the newer spaces, I haven't had as much space. So the islands were kind of getting closer and closer together and leaving her less space to walk. So what I did in this new space, now that we're kind of getting settled into the new house, is added, blank tiles in between. This is just a missing button that I'm having issues with, so I need to get call tech support. But so I have these blank tiles, so she has places that she can stand to access these other tiles. So it's the same concept of the islands, except instead of there being blank space floor for her to stand on, there's just additional tiles for her to stand on. And so I ended up doing it with the color that is, next to each of them, so that it sort of becomes continuous. I think just like for me, it aesthetically looks nice, but it also, I think, will help orient her as to where she is on the board. I had to fill them with other tabs in some places because I have a tendency to throw out those tabs when I use them. And so I just didn't have enough to fill them with the right tabs. Someone else noticed in the photos that I posted that there were two other changes that I made to the board. One is that the yellow tile used to be kind of like a triangle, and for the sake of space, and so that all the tiles would fit on the carpet, because the tiles don't slide on the carpet, whereas they do on the hardwood. I moved them around. So they're still basically where they were in relation to kind of each other, but they're now in kind of a line instead of this triangular formation. And so someone asked, am I going to have to model that a lot more for her? And the answer is yes. I will make a point to model a lot of these buttons over here, especially the ones at the higher tiles, more over the course of, the next few months, really until it seems like she's gotten it. And I did something similar over here. where this tile had been over here, and so it was spilling out over, and so I moved it to the top there. And so again, I'll be modeling those more as well. So that's what the board looks like now. She's having a snooze. Yeah, so I mean, happy to answer any questions people have about the board change. Also happy to answer any questions people have about the buttons in general, if there are any. Parker's happy to answer questions, though she might doze off. And you can either put them in the questions tab or just drop them in the chat. I should be able to see them. But yeah, I think she's really been liking the change. I've noticed that she's, pressing more buttons, or she's not pressing more buttons, but she's pressing buttons and activating parts of the board that she hasn't in a really long time. I think because she is more easily able to access various parts of the board that she couldn't really. Okay, question. Did she make any comments or have any opinions about the changes? She hasn't said anything about it. I mean, I think the fact that she immediately took to it and is utilizing those spaces as places to stand. Part of the reason why how I came up with the idea is that there are other learners boards like Bastion of Bastion and Brews, whose boards have these blank tiles. And also a lot of cats have them because a lot of cats like a home base to sit at so that they can kind of put their weight into the presses. And so from seeing those and from seeing Parker use Bastion's board and use those spaces, I thought, maybe that's something that she would like. So she hasn't expressed any negative opinions. She hasn't expressed any opinions really at all. But again, I take the fact that she is kind of utilizing the board, as kind of utilizing those spaces that I've created and utilizing more of the board as indications that this is a positive change for her. She's very snoozy now. It rained most of the day, and then we went outside and we played some fetch and played some ball, and now she's tired. Yeah, any other questions about the board change or the buttons in general? Do folks in the chat have buttons for their learners already? Is it something you're wanting to try? If it is, and you haven't yet, what is preventing you? If you have, how's it going? I love hearing other people's stories as well. She's so snoozy. All right, well, while I'm waiting for other questions, if folks have them, I will show you the other kind of addition that is happening since we moved. And that is at our old place, she had a basement board. I've posted videos of her using that before because there was kind of a lot of usable space in the basement. And so at the new place, I have moved it upstairs. We didn't have an upstairs at the old place. We do now. So this is, upstairs is my bedroom. And so I have moved the basement board upstairs. So she has her essentials up here. She has already utilized the board, both to ask for scritches when I was on the phone earlier, and also to ask to go back downstairs when I was hanging up paintings up here, and she was not liking the noise. But yeah, so that's the second kind of new thing with the move that's happening, is this secondary board that she has. So I'm curious to see and interested to see how that gets utilized and how much more it gets used than the basement, which we went down into sometimes, versus the upstairs board where we will be spending a lot of time because, again, that's my bedroom. And so, ma'am, Parker, no chew paw. Parker. please. Thank you. She's sad I won't let her chew her paw. Oh, she does not want to be on camera. She says, no paparazzi, please. That was very funny. She's being a grump. Well, I'm happy to answer questions, but if there are no other questions, another question. How often do you add new words? So at this point, I don't add them very often. She has a fairly big board. She has a fairly robust vocabulary. Here, I'll be on camera for a second since she's not interested. Oh, she's barking because she hears my friend who's gardening outside. So at the beginning we were adding words really frequently, as her vocabulary was growing, and I was adding, usually 2 to 4 words at a time. And then once she kind of felt comfortable with those, I would add, another set of words. Or as something came up, like when she got an eye infection, I was like, okay, this is a good time to add eye because it's going to be really easy to model, when she was a puppy. Now it's sort of only when something seems, there are kind of 2, main reasons why I end up adding words for her at this point. One is that there's something that feels like it will be useful for us to be able to talk about, either because she seems to be kind of needing that word, or she's using another word in place of that word. So for example, when we added device, it was because she was using box to mean a lot of different things, including a lot of electronic devices. And so it made sense to give her a device word. So recently I actually just added a new word. I added bath, because she does not like to have a bath, but especially with the rain that we get, her paws inevitably get muddy. And so sometimes she has to have a full bath, but sometimes she has to have a paw bath. And I model it when I take a shower. I say that I'm taking a bath. And so I added a bath button, thinking maybe this will make her feel like she has more agency over getting baths. Maybe it'll make this less of an aversive experience, or maybe she can at least express how she feels about it. So I added it. I actually am going to change the word in the recording because I realized that bath and back sound really similar. They sound really similar to me, where I can't distinguish them when I hear them coming out of the board. And so I think Joelle was here visiting with Bastian and Wesley, and she has suggested changing it to bath time. And so I think I'm going to change it to that. So that's one reason why I add words at this stage. The second reason is if she asks me for a word. So she has a word button, and she will sometimes ask for a word or ask me what something is. And if she does that, then I will ask her for a button. Oh, she's on the move now. Now she's checking out what's going on at the front. What's up? Oh, you've got your axolotl toy. Yeah. So if she asks me for a word, then I will give it to her. So for example, one time she asked, what word or word, those are kind of usually the 2 ways that she'll ask for a word. And then when I said word what, she went over and nudged my Monstera plant. And so I said it was a plant, and then I gave her a plant button. And then she, likes to talk about the plants sometimes. That's another reason why I give her a word. That's sort of how I think about adding words to her vocabulary now. It's very different than it was at the beginning of her journey. Then it was about what do I think will be useful for both of us in talking about this, and like talking about our day to day, what are, if she had a play button, then various toys. Okay, what toys does she have? Can I add, 2 at a time to kind of expand that? Body parts, things like that, that would be useful for kind of health and care reasons, places, eventually people, things like that. And so that was moving at a quicker pace, and also was kind of trying to get the essentials going as well. So depending on what stage you are with your button board and with your learner and with their journey, your process for deciding which words to add, how often to add words, and how many words to add might change. What's up? What Parker want? Parker, what Parker want? Oh, thank you for the compliment on the record player. Hi, Bubba. All right, we'll see if she has anything to say.
Snuffle mat, sweater, snuffle mat.
The last button she touched but didn't activate was device. So Snuffle Mat, she has started, I think, kind of using just for all of her meals, whether she gets them in a Snuffle Mat or not, but she'll add sweater, I think, to mean that she actually wants the fabric Snuffle Mat. So she might want dinner, which I can get her food soon, Bubba. I'll get her dinner after the live. How many words does Parker have? Good question. I'm not entirely sure, because even in the app, it sort of, I think I have duplicate words on the upstairs board and the downstairs board. So it says she has more words than she actually does, but I think that she has like 132, 134 somewhere in there. Oh, she's got an itchy mustache. Itchy mustache. Do I have any swear or derogatory words like weirdo, jerk, asking for the cat? No, I mean, she has an UGG button, but she really never uses it, like to the point where I've considered taking it off the board. And she has mad and concerned and frustrated and things like that. That said, she definitely uses poop as a curse word. She has on multiple occasions. If ever I'm kind of like doing something, making noise, like I said, I was hanging pictures earlier today. If I'm doing any sort of like housework thing that makes noise, she will often press poop to tell me that she is not happy about it. I think I have a video where one time she was, what was she doing? She was playing with a food dispenser toy, and it ran out of food, and so she pressed poop and stared at it because she was mad that it was empty. So she's definitely used poop as a curse word before. So the thing about, giving them curse words is, if the point of this, for me, if the point is communication, right, then I want them to understand what each word means, and then whatever they choose to do with it, like however they expand that word, is kind of part of, the journey. But, if I'm giving, a dog a like curse word, or a cat a curse word, what is the function for them in doing that? Like, is it that I want them to be able to express dissatisfaction, and I think it will be funny if it comes out this way? So then if I laugh every time they're mad, like, what does that say to them? So I think for me, it's really thinking about, I won't lie. Like, whenever she says poop, when she's unhappy with something, especially the first few times, I did laugh because I did think it was funny, but I now try not to do that. And I try more to kind of think about, okay, the point is that she's trying to tell me that she's unhappy with something. And so what can I do to kind of address that, cater to that? Okay. Do y'all still do races and barn hunts? Yes, we do. We have,
Ball, puzzle, box.
okay, I can give you a ball puzzle. Yes, we do still do those. She just competed in some in July. We're going to see if I can do this one-handed. She was, we were at the Climb Classic, which is, that's what the sticker is from, which is in Eastern Iowa. It happens once a year. And it is a like multi-sport event, multi-day event. It's 4 days long. And she competed in barn hunt there. She also did fast cat. She loves that stuff. She loves fast cat in particular. She's very excited for her puzzle ball. And we do still do agility. We haven't done agility for a few months between the move and, you know, dog sports are expensive and there aren't a ton that are local. So we always have to travel, which means a hotel and all of that stuff. So we're really kind of limited to doing maybe one a month. And so I don't think we're going to do one in August because we have, it's a lot of treats in there, but that's all right. Because we just have other things kind of going on, but hopefully in September, we're going to be able to get back into things. Let me pet that dog. It's a cute dog. She would be so happy to be pet by you. She loves scritches. Oh, sorry, baby. She will go up to strangers and wiggle between their legs so that she can get booty scritches from them. She loves pets from everyone. And she's got her puzzle ball, so she's happy. Any other questions about Parker, about the buttons, about her board chains? What's that? This treat ball is called a Snoop. And it's a pretty good one. She's like, why are you following me around? It's like very easy to, you know, fill, and there are sort of like things you can get to make it harder. You also, like, I don't know if you noticed when I was, you're getting sort of an incidental house tour. When I was filling it, I sort of like popped the top back inside. You can leave it out, and that makes it easier when they're kind of learning how to do it. Yeah, it can be easier than a Kong. It sort of depends on the size of treat you put in it, and things like that. That's why I put like a couple of different sized ones, kind of make it more challenging. She says, I don't want to get it stuck under the table. But yeah, it's funny. She's had this for a really long time. And when I first got it for her, she kind of didn't really care about it. And then I started giving it to her again, like, I don't know, maybe like 6 months ago, something like that. And now she loves it. So it's a plug for, you know, toy rotation and stuff like that. As stuff becomes novel again, and a toy that maybe they don't like, they do like sometimes after a little while. How long did it take for her to press her first button when you started? So I will preface this by saying that Parker is atypical. It took her about 30 seconds to press her first button, if that. So when I got the buttons, I had been verbally modeling. I sort of had a plan. I knew which words I wanted to start with. And so I had been verbally modeling them for probably about 2 weeks, from when I ordered the buttons, because this was, you know, in the pandemic and supply chain, blah, blah, blah. So it was taking a while for the buttons to get to me. And so I was just verbally modeling the words that I knew I was going to add at the beginning. And That one just popped out when she dropped it. I think that's a strategy she's using, is to just pick it up and drop it. Uh-oh. You get it? Go get it. So I verbally modeled the words that I was gonna that I knew I was gonna start with for about 2 weeks. Oh, go girl, good job. And then when the buttons arrived, I laid them all out and I pressed all of the buttons so she could hear all of the words that were on there. They were all words she knew at that point. And then I took kind of the box that they came in and I went to go put it in my closet in the other room. And while I was there, I heard her press all done from the other room. So within a few hours, she had pressed all of them experimentally just to see like what happens when I press each of them. And we were pretty much off to the races, like, you know, by the end of the first day. Especially when she realized that she could get me to take her OUT whenever she wanted. That was very exciting for her. So again, I would say that is atypical. I think part of it is that Parker is a dog that she sees, you know, a human do something and she's just like, well, I'll try it too. And not all dogs are like that, right? Some will see you do something and think, oh, that's, you know, for people, not for me. Did you finish it? You get all the treatos? And then other dogs, you know, are more curious and will do that. Some dogs are handsy, you know, or, you know, will nose boop things kind of pretty much right away. Other dogs need kind of some more encouragement. Excuse you, ma'am. So it really depends on the dog. And then, oh, do you need some more water? And then the other thing is that, sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second. Oh, the other thing is that, I think verbally modeling, for a while. You want a puzzle? I know I'm going to get you your dinner soon. Okay? Dinner soon. Yeah, I'll get you your dinner soon. So the fact that I was already talking to her and modeling, like narrating our day. I know, Bubba. I will get you your dinner soon. I think also helped because these words were words she already understood the meaning of and that I knew she understood the meaning of. I was confident she understood the meaning of. And so once, you know, the fact that she was willing to press the buttons right off the bat made it, you know, so she very quickly and easily was able to, she's drinking some water now, to use the buttons. So yeah, so again, atypical, I would say, for a learner to, you know, go so quickly into that. So, you know, if yours doesn't, don't distress. But yeah, it was very quick. And I think those were some of the things that led to, I know, Bubba. Okay. Want me to make you dinner? Do you want a snuffle mat or do you want a puzzle? Parker wants snuffle mat? Parker want puzzle? Choice. What Parker wants?
Help.
Okay. Usually when she does that, I just sort of decide that it's dealer's choice. You gonna tell me? Do you want puzzle? Or you want snuffle mat? The reason why I ask her this and try and get her to tell me,
Box.
oh, you're not getting a box now. A box later. You had a box before. Is that if I give her food in a snuffle mat and she wants it in a puzzle or vice versa, she won't eat it until I put it in the other one. So since she didn't tell me, she asked for a snuffle mat before, but then she asked for a puzzle after. So we're going to see if she'll do a puzzle. All right. I'm putting you there while I make her dinner. Okay. So let me see if I have another question I can answer while I'm doing this. I struggle with choices, so my human is watching carefully. Yes, choices are hard. Yes, I'm going to make you your dinner, okay? All right. I'm going to do this. Other questions folks have about Parker, about buttons, about her board changes, about changes you're thinking about with your boards, anything of that nature while I'm eating dinner. How did Parker adapt to the move? She did very well. This is now her second move since I've had her. I was living in Ann Arbor when I first got her, and then we moved to Iowa 2 years ago, and then this is just us moving, from the house I was renting into a house I bought. The first time I took her to the house, she immediately had like a bunch of zoomies in the backyard. And then when I tried to get her to leave with me so that I could continue to bring stuff over from the old house, she did not want to go. Basically, once she saw the yard here, she had zero interest in being anywhere else. So she has adapted very well. Let's move her cell phone out of the way. To the move and to the new house. I think she really is a big fan. She really likes it. Sorry, I'm like trying to put stuff away and just do one thing. Okay. You can watch her have her dinner. So she has really adapted well to the move. She takes kind of everything in stride pretty well. When we moved from Michigan to Iowa, the first question she asked on her board when I put it down, the first thing she said on her board when I put it down was where. And I told her this was our new home. So I was able to kind of prep her with that more this time. And I think she this yard is like, I don't even know, like 10 times the size of our old yard. I mean, it's just like, it's a little obscene, how big the yard is here. And she's just so happy that, the rest of it is like, whatever. I mean, she's really rolled with it because, again, the house has kind of is only now getting kind of properly put together and set up in full because I had a tree fall through my roof 4 days after I closed on the house. So I haven't been able to live upstairs until last night, really. So she's been adapting to kind of, she's sleeping with me on a mattress on the floor in my guest room for most nights, and she just rolls with it. I mean, it's why she travels so well. It's why she's so good. When I take her on the road for dog sports and stuff like that, she really is just kind of it's fine. I'll roll with it. But she is definitely very, very, very happy with the new house because of the yard in particular. How long have you been using buttons with Parker? I started doing the buttons with Parker when she was 6 months old, and she is about 5.5 now. So we have been using them for 5 years, which is totally wild. But yeah, we've been using them for 5 years, which is amazing. Is there a release request to eat, or is the dish being put down the release? No, I mean, I don't have a release word for her for food. I put it down and she eats. She's not, I don't know. She's not going to like tear food out of my hand or anything like that unless it's string cheese. Um, so I've never kind of had an issue with her. She will wait until I'm done making her food to eat it. And, so I don't have a release word for her. Is it daytime at Better Place? No, it's not daytime, but, the sun doesn't go down very late, and it's also very cloudy, which is, I think, reflecting the light. But I have the lights on in the house. I don't know if you can see. It looks pretty light out still, but a lot of that is reflection. That's the backyard, by the way. But it's 6:30 at night for me, or 6:40, I guess, here. But just still bright because summertime. Oh, I don't either, but my human uses it for impulse control training. Yeah, for impulse control training, I don't use food. I use her ball. So I'm frequently trying to get her, like when I've been doing work on trying to get her to have a start line and agility, which just like works in practice and just never in trials. So now I just pick her up and drop her. Like I drop her and we run together, and that's my new solution for that. But when I want to practice impulse control for her, I will have the ball and I will do things like have her sit and wait, and I'll throw the ball and then I'll release her to go get the ball. So the ball is kind of like the most supremely motivating thing for her, way more than food, I would say. And so I use that, when I want to do kind of like impulse control things, with her. But yeah, I mean, whatever works. And also like whatever sort of, expectations you want to have for your dog and you want your dog to have for you or cat or whatever. I think, there's no kind of like must for anyone. It's about what you do care and what you don't care about, right? Like I came in and she had her paws up on the kitchen counter and I just said, ma'am, because she knows she's not supposed to do that. But like, do I really care if she like does that? No, not really. Like, I mean, I don't want her to like counter surf, but if I catch her doing it, I'm not like, this is a horrible thing I have to like train out of her. I'm just like, whatever, it's fine. But that's because that doesn't bother me. Other people might feel differently. Other people might keep things, on their counters that are dangerous, so it's whatever works for you. Ball equals universe. Correct. 1000%. Well, apparently the puzzle was a win because she is like clearing her plate. Other questions? About anything Parker related, button related. I'm actually very excited because it's outside. I have to go get it, but I just got her a water fountain bowl instead of I have just like a stainless steel one. She's in front of it now, so you can't see it. But I have some friends who have it, and I feel like she drinks more water then, and it just keeps it fresher. I feel like the water she sheds, I shed. I feel like the water is always kind of gross looking. Like I just replenished it, so it's good now. But so I'm very excited about the potential of this water fountain. When is the Sploot calendar being released? I'm asking for a friend. I know every year I really want to do a calendar. I've had this idea for years of doing a calendar where it's Parker as like famous works of art because I'm an art historian and I've never done it. But a Sploot calendar would be good too. She is the queen of Sploots. You're getting a big stretch. She's looking out the window now. Hello. Oh, burp. Do you have a nice dinner? You're cleaning up the mess that you made? Good job. All right. You can go see about this water fountain. I won't make you stay on with me while I set it up, but in case anyone is curious. You stay there, Bubs. Oh, also because it's kind of raining and I don't want it to get super wet. Okay, here we go. Yeah, what do I have? Is it something for you? Yeah. What's up? Oh, you want to go outside? Oh, she left her ball in her water outside. Okay. All right. I will go outside and play fetch with her for a little. And then that'll probably be the end of the live. But while I'm doing that, if folks have any questions, feel free to ask them. Hopefully the internet will hold out. She likes to wait until I lean down to pick up the ball to bark directly in my ear. Hi, David and Captain. This is her favorite game in the entire world. Oh, she smelled something of interest. Makes you laugh every time she barks. Yeah. She's so funny because she really doesn't bark very often, except when she's super excited. And that's when she barks the most. And also, like you probably saw, but her hops when she's about to be let outside. She jumps so high. It's her favorite thing. Going outside and playing fetch. Got her ball. Parker. Parker. I don't know if you can see these. This right here is all grass that I need to weed, but these right back here are sunflowers, and They're already so tall. I'm very excited about them. I'm excited to have a yard and to plant stuff in it. All right, well, we're going to do 2 more. And then I think we're going to go. But if there are any burning questions, feel free to ask them. Oh, she's decided it's break time. Yes, she has so much room for activities. It's true that I really, like, when I first saw this yard, I basically like teared up. I was so excited. You can see she's got her weave poles out there. I have a jump set up there. There was a tunnel there, but I put it away because of the weather. But there's a whole shed back here that has like a bunch more jumps and a whole bunch of her goodies. So we can do a bunch of practice back here. We can do scent work practice back here. We can play, just all sorts. Sorry, I think it cut out because I walked too far away from the house. But yeah, she has plenty of room to do all sorts of activities, which is really lovely. And really this yard was like kind of one of the main selling points for the house, just because it gave her so much room to play. And she can, run at full speed and all that good stuff. And just stand and smell like she's doing now. So nice that your yard is fenced. Thanks for sharing your afternoon. Yeah, when I was looking for a house, that was one of the mandatories, was that the yard had to be fenced. Because she loves spending so much time outside, and I can be outside with her a lot, but not all the time. And it's also to be outside and not have to worry, keep my vigilant eagle eyes on her to make sure she's not escaping all the time, or worry about her chasing something that, takes her, somewhere dangerous, is great peace of mind. Does she have any outdoor buttons? She doesn't. Well, with the exception of her doorbell, which is right down here, and she will ring that if she's outside and she wants to come inside, or if she is outside and she wants me to come outside, she will ring it to bring me to the back door so that I will come outside. So she uses that doorbell like a button, for sure. All right, well, I think we're going to head off so that I can eat my dinner now that she's had her dinner. Thanks for joining us. And if you have any other questions, feel free to drop them in the comments of, my last post or any of the other ones, and I'll do my best to reply. Or you can always DM me. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Want to say bye, Parker? Parker has seen a doggy door once, and was afraid of it. I'm sure she could learn how to use one, but especially given how buggy it is here, I don't know that I would want her to do that. So the doorbell is very useful for us. Parker, you want to say bye? You eating some salad? All right, well, she's having some salad. We'll say bye. Have a good night, everyone.